You are listening to a free version of the Majority Report with Sam Steeder. To support the show and get another 15 minutes of daily program, go to majority.fm, please.
The Majority Report with Sam Steeder.
It is Monday, May 18th, 2020. My name is Sam Steeder. This is the 5-time award-winning Majority Report. We are broadcasting live steps and steps and steps from the industrially ravaged Gowanus Canal in the heartland of America, downtown Brooklyn, USA. On the program today, Nathan Tankus, the Modern Money Network Research Director, on what we're going to do and what we're doing to mitigate massive depression. Meanwhile, Trump fires the State Department Inspector General. Was it really about dog walking? Or was it in fact about a near-completed investigation into the fast-tracking of arms sales to Saudi Arabia? Also on the program today, on Friday, Democrats passed the biggest, most unambitious relief bill ever. They do, however, change the rules to allow for remote voting, which is the first time the House has had such rules in 231 years. Meanwhile, the Fed chair warns of 25% unemployment. Google to face federal and state antitrust suits in coming weeks, months. Cell phone data suggests that the lockdown protests may have spread COVID wide and far. FDA halts coronavirus testing program backed by Bill Gates. This is another one of Jared Kushner's ideas. And Texas had a massive spike of new cases on Saturday. Fell back down on Sunday. We need more information, but Trump's administration says no spikes in opening states. All this and more on today's program, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I don't know the best way to get into this, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. This show is not really about this type of thing, but my good friend lost his very close girlfriend over the weekend. You probably have heard about this, maybe in the news, but Mark Maron had been involved with Lynn Shelton. She was a director, TV and film, and she passed away on Saturday of a blood infection that had nothing to do with COVID-19, but I can only imagine that maybe during a different era or a different time when there wasn't a pandemic, that maybe a doctor would have caught what was going on quicker, but she apparently had some type of blood disorder. I'm not quite clear, but it's a heartbreaking story for Mark. And so I don't know. I know we have, obviously share some fans, so listeners, longtime listeners. So, if you have the opportunity to send some condolences to Mark on Twitter, probably wouldn't hurt. You can go. He posted an interview. The first time he met her actually was on his show. It's pretty heartbreaking. But my heart goes out to Mark. tough time for folks right now. We lost Fred Willard, too, of natural causes. He was 86, so was able to live a good life. I think he would probably appreciate this.
Hey, what happened?
He passed away. Very funny guy. I don't know that I ever had an opportunity to meet him. If I did, it was very brief. But I just, as a comedian, I've always had a lot of appreciation for the work he has done. So, all right. Well, let's move on. I was planning about talking about that later, but just what are you going to do? All right, let's move on to some, which I'm sure we all, in many respects, would like to be able to completely divorce ourselves from reality that is existing now. A lot of hardship out there. There's going to be a lot more coming, both in terms of health problems and deaths and economic hardship. We are on the it's unclear at this point, where we're at in terms of that economic hardship. We will talk more about that with Nathan Tankus. But in the meantime, here is Eric Trump on a day where we've basically lost, I think, as of yesterday, probably 87,000 Americans. We're up to close to 90,000 Americans who have passed away as of today. We are at best 25% infection rate in New York at best, 5-7%, maybe the rest of the country at best. Hopefully we'll get some treatments that will deal with this, but here's Eric Trump basically explaining that this is all basically a hoax. They're still saying this.
76 days to be exact away. And listen, Biden loves this. Biden can't go on stage without making some horrible blunder. I mean, even from his basement, he's making awful gaffes every single day. So his campaign's thrilled that he's not going out there. And they think they're taking away Donald Trump's greatest tool, which is being able to go into an arena and fill it with 50,000 people every single time, right? So they will, and you watch, they'll milk it every single day between now and November 3rd. And guess what? After November 3rd, coronavirus will magically all of a sudden go away and disappear, and everybody will be able to reopen. They're trying to deprive him of his greatest asset, which is the fact that the American people love him, the fact that he's relatable, the fact that he can go out there and draw massive crowds. Joe Biden can't get 10 people in a room. My father's getting 50,000 in a room, and they want to do everything they can to stop it. So make no mistake, to a lot of them, Janine, to a lot of them, this is a very cognizant strategy that they're trying to employ. It's no different than, again, the nonsense that they're trying to throw in the HOPE Act. It's no different than the mail-in voting that they want to do all these places. It's no different than wanting illegal immigrants to vote in our country. It is a cognizant strategy. And it's sad. And again, it's not going to be allowed to happen. We're going to win in November.
Think about the level of pathology and insanity involved in going on national television and every single human being who is involved in bringing that to you. I mean, almost down to the sound engineers that are just sitting there and just like don't have the, they've got jobs to do. I can understand that. But the idea that the I guess the stay-at-home orders are a strategy by Democrats to help Joe Biden. How insane do you have to be to actually? I mean, I don't know how insane you have to be to actually believe it. I don't know, but the question is, how insane do you have to be to go and say that on television in front of people? This is a strategy. Democrats don't control anything. They certainly don't control any of the states that, I mean, I guess it's Wisconsin. They don't control Wisconsin. They think this is all a strategy so that Donald Trump can't do a rally in Long Island. or in Albany or in L.A. It's nuts. This is what a suicide cult looks like. And, we'll never know if the leader of this cult and his family actually believe this stuff or not. We won't know. I suspect, though, that they will not be, the ones sipping on that Kool-Aid when that happens. But that's just bizarre. And I don't know when the second wave is going to hit. I don't know if we're going to see spikes on these states that have opened up in the near term. But at one point or another, just like you could see that data with Sean Hannity, these people are going to be responsible for the deaths of thousands of people. And maybe also the economic deprivation, because they will have we will at one point have to go back in to clean up the damage in a way that is far more intense than we're experiencing now, to clean up the damage that these people are creating. It's unbelievable. They're nuts. Really nuts. A couple of ads, and then we will speak with Nathan Tankus. For all our sakes, we need to avoid crowds in any way we can right now. But what if you need to go to the post office? What if you need postage, send out letters and packages? Well, don't worry. Stamps.com is here to help. With Stamps.com, you can print postage on demand, skip those lines and crowds at the post office. You can personally print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, for anywhere. My daughter is on a Depop kick right now, which is where you sell clothes online. It's basically, her business model is, I buy her clothes, she sells them, and then she thinks she's made money. But she's gone to town on this. So all you got to do is you print it out. You can do it anywhere at any time. She does it 3 a.m. You just leave it for your mail carrier. You can schedule a free package pickup, or you drop it in a mailbox. No human contact required. Whether you're a small business sending invoices, an online seller shipping out products, or you can just working from home, you need to mail stuff. Stamps.com can handle it with ease. With Stamps.com, you get great discounts too. 5 cents off every first-class stamp and up to 62% off USPS shipping rates. And now Stamps.com offers UPS service with discounts up to 62%. You won't even have to pay UPS residential surcharges. Right now, get a special offer that includes 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Majority Report. That's Stamps.com. Enter the code Majority Report. Folks, the New Yorker publishes the best writing by the most influential authors in the world. You don't need me to tell you this. They've got award-winning reporting. They got political commentary. They got cultural criticism. They got fiction and poetry, cartoons, and more. In addition to the weekly print magazine, NewYorker.com has become a daily digital destination for news and cultural coverage, the complimentary app that provides the best of both worlds. I've told you folks in the past that when we started getting ads from the New Yorker, it's one of the few times I've actually been proud of myself in some way. I've read the magazine for, I don't know now, 30 some odd years. And I read it on a weekly basis. This morning I read this piece from March 16th. I think someone must have tweeted it out. I think maybe it was Brooks. What Mike Flynn did for Turkey, to remind me of the issues that had nothing to do with Russia with Mike Flynn, that had to do with the fact that he was on the payroll of a foreign government while he was named the NSC chief. Just a little problem. But it's New Yorker's an incredible resource for stuff like that. Plus, not only can you, right now you go over there, Dexter Filkins has a great piece on the twilight of the Iranian Revolution. There's all sorts of amazing stuff every week. You don't need me to tell you about it in the New Yorker, but I will.